Assistant Professor in LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. This video is about subject Analog and Digital Communication System. So, we are going to learn about the various analog and digital communication system. We are also learning about now the frequency modulation and the phase modulation. So, we know about what is the frequency modulation. So, the frequency of the carrier that is changing in accordance with the amplitude of the modulating signal. So, the classification of the modulation is of the two types. One is the angle modulation and it is classified into the two categories, phase modulation and the frequency modulation. In the last video, we discussed about the frequency modulation. Now today, we are going to discuss about the phase modulation. As the phase modulation, that is similar to the frequency modulation. But there is a minor difference between the frequency and the phase modulation. Phase modulation, that is the process in which the phase of the carrier that is changing in accordance with the amplitude of the modulating signal. So, the phase modulation, that is the process by which the phase of the carrier signal that is changing with respect to the amplitude of the information signal or the audio signal. Now here we can see the equation. This equation is E is equal to A sin omega t plus phi. Omega is the angular frequency. And what is the phi? Phi is the phase angle. And this phase angle can vary according to the instantaneous amplitude of the modulating signal. So now here we can see the diagram for the waveform for the phase modulation. In the modulation process, we know that the three signals that we require. One is the modulating signal, another one is the carrier signal, and the modulated output, phase modulated output. So here the first is the modulating signal. Here the carrier wave, and this is my FM modulated wave. What is the definition? The phase of the carrier is changing with respect to change in the amplitude of the signal. Here you can see the waveform for the phase modulation. Modulating signal, carrier signal, and the phase modulated output. Amplitude of the modulating signal increases. Then, in case of the frequency increases. But we know that the relation between the frequency and the phase is what? So, in the frequency and the phase, it is the differentiation of that FM signal. So, we know that while the amplitude increases, there is a phase decreases. Amplitude decreases, phase changes, that is increases. Okay, so this way there is a relation between the phase and the amplitude of the modulating signal. Another diagram you can see over here. It is the carrier signal, it's a modulating signal. While the amplitude that is increases. Amplitude is increases. Okay, you can see that there is a more change in the frequency, in the phase. As the amplitude of the signal that is increases, there is a less change in the frequency. Then after the amplitude decreases, okay, again we found the change in the amplitude of phase of the signal. So this way you can see over here that what we can see over here that in this diagram you can see that the amplitude, okay, that is changes, and respect to that there is a change in the phase of the modulated wave. Now we'll do the mathematical representation of the PM signal. general equation for the PM wave that can be written as, so now here the carrier wave equation is EC is equal to A sin omega ct plus phi, where omega c is the angular frequency of the carrier and phi is the phase angle. So therefore, the PM wave is EPM is equal to A sin omega ct plus phi m sin omega mt. Okay, so this is what, it's my PM wave. So where the phi m is the maximum change correspond to the maximum amplitude of the modulated signal. So this equation, okay, that we have already written for the AM and FM. So here we can rewrite this equation over here, that it is the EPM equal to A sin omega ct plus MP sin omega mt. Here you write the omega MP, earlier the phi m, both are the modulation index for the PM. Modulation index, the amount of the modulation that gives you. Here the modulation index, okay, means how much the phase changes, okay, that we found, okay, in the output according to the modulating signal. So that gives the idea about the modulation. So the deviation sensitivity in case of the FM was, so it's a transfer function when the output divided by the input of the frequency modulator. So we can say it's a theta t is equal to the kf into xt. Okay, so it's a unit is the radian per second. So now if you want to write the frequency sensitivity, it's a kf. So kf is the deviation sensitivity in case of the FM, and it is the kf is equal to, kf is the radian per second per voltage. Means the frequency sensitivity is what? The frequency change, that's a deviation. So change in the frequency with respect to whom? With respect to change in the modulating signal voltage. So we can say that we found the change in the frequency that depends on the modulating signal voltage. So it is in case of the FM. Okay, similarly in case of the PM, what is the deviation sensitivity? Again the deviation sensitivity that I am writing the Kp. So here we have the phase changes with respect to what? With respect to the amplitude of the modulating signal. So we can also say that the Kp is the deviation sensitivity of the phase modulation. And what should be the unit of that Kp? Unit is the theta, means the phase is changing with respect to the amplitude of the modulating signal. So what is the theta unit? It's a radian. Okay, so it's a radian per voltage. So that is the deviation sensitivity in case of the PM. Now the modulation index for the FM. You know that I discussed with you last time in the last video. What is the modulation index for FM? As the FM's frequency spectrum that consists of the infinite sideband. And as you know that modulation index value increases, number of sideband increases. So it depends on what? So the modulation index value that depends on to the sensitivity. That depends on to the sensitivity also. So it's a Kf Em upon omega f. So it is the one equation for the modulation index in case of the FM. But now we have also said that according to the Carson's formula we can also find out the bandwidth. Okay, so that way you can find out the bandwidth equation also. So modulation index is Kf into Em upon omega f. In case of the modulation index for the PM, it is MP is equal to Kp into Em. What is the Kp? Kp is the phase sensitivity, and the phase sensitivity, okay, that is what? The change in the carrier phase according to the modulating signal. Okay, so that is the MP. It's a modulation index for PM. Now here you can see that the overview, if I will see, it is the amplitude modulated output, it is the frequency modulated output, and here you can see that the phase modulated output. So in the amplitude, carrier amplitude is changing. In the frequency, carrier frequency is changing, and in the phase, the carrier phase is changing. Now, there is a relation between the PM and the FM. Okay, so now here the one of the diagram which over here I have shown, that the phase modulator, whenever I need to generate the phase modulated output, what I need? I need a integrator. So what I will do, I am applying the modulating signal xt to the integrator. After applying the modulating signal xt to the integrator, the integrated output is the integration of all the modulating signal. Phase modulator that need the another input from the carrier oscillator. So the carrier oscillator input, that is the EC cos omega CT, is applied to the phase modulator, and it produces the FM output. If we have the FM wave, we can do it the reverse, that is we have to do the differentiation, and if we have the output we need to generate from the phase modulator, then we have the integrator. So this way we can generate the FM wave from the PM, and we can generate the PM from the FM. Okay, so this way we can generate the output. Now here the pictorial representation of the FM and the PM. It's a frequency modulator. Modulating signal MT is applied to the integrator, okay, and it is given to the phase modulator. It produces the output, that is the phi FMT. We have also earlier discussed about it, that is the theta is equal to integration of omega I dt. Okay, so when you want to obtain the omega, it's what? It's a differentiation of that signal. Okay, similarly the phase modulator, empty signal is applied. It is differentiated by the differentiator. So it's a d by dt, and we are producing the output through the frequency modulator, and we get the phase change. So in the phase modulation, whatever the output that we are getting, that's reverse than the output we obtained in case of the FM. In the FM we know that amplitude increases, frequency increases. But over here, amplitude increases, phase decreases. Phase change is decreases. Okay, amplitude decreases. In case of FM, frequency decreases. Amplitude decreases, frequency decreases, but the phase increases. So this way, the FM and the PM, they are correlated, and if we have the FM output, we are able to generate the PM wave. If we have the PM wave, we can generate the FM wave. So this way we can have the representation that can make our idea clear about the FM and PM. So now these are the few equations you can remember for solving the example in the single tone modulation. So carrier signal, it is the AC cos omega CT. carrier frequency is omega c is equal to 2 pi fc. Modulating wave is what? Suppose I am taking the cosine wave, so it's my am cos omega mt. Modulating frequency is the omega m, it's a 2 pi fm. Sensitivity, it's a kf. Frequency deviation, that is what? That is the delta f. Modulation index, that is the delta f upon fm also. Instantaneous frequency is the fi is equal to fc plus kf am cos omega mt. So these are the equations, okay, that is related to the phase modulation. That is the AC in bracket the cos omega ct plus kf am upon fm sin omega mt. So these are the equations that can be useful to solve the examples related to the FM. So there would be the comparison, okay, between the frequency and the phase. So in the frequency modulation, the first point I described, that is the frequency deviation is proportional to the modulating signal. Again over here the phase deviation, that is also proportional to modulating signal, because in both the thing we are having the changes due to the amplitude of the modulating signal. Noise immunity, that is superior to PM and of course AM. So noise immunity, okay. So the noise immunity that can be better, and that's the biggest advantage of the FM. Why the noise immunity? Because the noise is a high frequency unwanted signal which appeared in the original signal. So now if there is a constant amplitude signal is there, we can differentiate the high frequency, high amplitude wave easily, and we can remove that from the output. So that is why the noise immunity, that's better. In the FPM, noise immunity, that is better than AM but not better than FM. Signal to noise ratio, it is better in better than PM. Okay, so signal to noise ratio, it's what? So if the noise is less, the signal to noise ratio value, that is high. Okay, so in case of the frequency modulation, noise immunity is good, so amount of the noise is less. Amount of the noise is less, so S upon N in the denominator. If the noise value is small, then the S by N value, that's good. Similarly, in case of the S by N ratio is not good as in the FM. While you compare with the FM, that parameter is not better in case of this. FM is widely used for the commercial broadcast radio. As you know that all our radio channels 98.3, 98, 104, 94.3, all our channels, all our radio stations, they are using the transmission and that is the FM. In the television broadcasting also, the video signal that can be modulated by using the AM, but the sound signal that's always modulated by the frequency modulation. PM is primarily used for some mobile radio services. In the mobile communication, okay, that the signals, okay, passes through the way through the variety of the angles, okay, and it can reach to the destination. So in the mobile communication, the use of the PM is more, okay, and in the radio communication, the maximum use of the FM. Earlier the AM transmission were there, but in that the noise is more, and due to that nowadays the FM is used. modulation index is proportional to the modulating signal as well as the modulating frequency. Okay, and in case of the PM, modulation index is proportional to modulating signal MT. Okay, so modulation index that is proportional to the modulating signal MT. So this is about the comparison of the FM and the PM. So thank you very much everyone.